Barnes once said that love is not something you fall in, but grow in. The first time that I'd ever heard about Rob was at Avery's 20th birthday party, when she was so consumed in her phone texting some guy. At the time, Rob was just a random guy who she kind of liked, but as time went on, she talked about him more and more until finally I met him and I knew that he was the one for her. It wasn't a shock to me that he finally popped the question, and after I called her to talk about it, I began planning this day right now. For those of you who don't know, my name is Rachel, and Avery and I have been best friends since the 7th grade. We went through so much together, from boy drama to our theater shenanigans. I've seen her grow into the woman that I knew she would always be, a woman that is headstrong, God-loving, and very caring. When I moved away after my freshman year, I thought for sure that our friendship would just fizzle out, but it only got stronger. That first year was brutal because I didn't have my best friend to help me through life. I remember getting us both necklaces that say, "Always together, never apart, maybe in distance, but never in heart," and that couldn't be more true for us. After every major event, I knew that she was the first person I had to tell. I can be myself around her 100% of the time, and that's not something you find often in a friend. When she asked me to be her maid of honor, I was so happy, not because I had gotten the title, but because she chose me to be her right hand on the happiest day of her life. Avery is the type of person who would literally give you the shirt off of her back, unless it was a Harry Styles shirt, in which case you better ask someone else. I knew that I always had a place to stay at her home, and I knew that the next morning I would wake up to her mom getting us breakfast from Shipley's every single time. Most of the time, I would still be at the table half asleep because her snoring kept me up most of the night. Even though she swears she doesn't snore, she just breathes loud. 8 years of friendship doesn't lie, Avery, you snore. When I first met Rob, I honestly thought he was just another guy that she liked, and in a few months' time, we would be eating ice cream and talking mess about him. Sorry, Rob. But I saw how he looked at her. He looked at her like she was the most precious jewel out there and that he couldn't lose her. He told me that night when she wasn't in the room that he was going to marry her. It was so hard to keep that a secret from her because I tell her everything. But I held my tongue, and soon enough there was a ring on her finger and a wedding to plan. Rob is going to make her happy for the rest of her life, and I can't wait to hear all their wonderful stories. I hope this day turned out to be as beautiful as you expected and as perfect as your Pinterest board. You two give off so much love, and I hope that everyone here can experience just a fraction of that. I know that your mom and dad are so proud of you, Avery, and so am I. I love you, Aves, and I can't wait to hear all about your honeymoon. As for you, Rob, I hope you invest in some earplugs. Thank you all for coming, and don't forget to eat some cake.